Oh, shalom, shalom. So, guys, actually, where did I put that piece? There was another piece I had with the new set. I'll have to go double check. I might have put it on the counter. Anyway, because obviously this particular, I had planned to switch it when I got a new one, and I just realized I didn't actually switch it when I got the new one. I noticed that my last two prints, even though I had, and the one took like 2 days to print, or yeah, something like that, or no, it was like a day. But I'm incredibly frustrated because I had specifically put into the G. I tried to put in the G code on Cura. I had tried to adjust the preparation for the G code in Cura to include to print above the base, which would presumably come with supports. That's traditionally how it goes. And unfortunately, didn't do that. So I looked up. I did it the first time I did it, by the way. Did it perfectly. It printed above the base. This time it did not. And then I started printing again. It looks like, again, I don't see any. I don't see. I mean, maybe because I adjusted the bed, but that seems unlikely since I raised it even higher. Even if the bed's higher now, it doesn't make sense. So I found. I used AI to determine, like, what am I doing wrong? So apparently there is also a thing in the settings. Now, I don't know why it wouldn't do it in one case. One case it didn't seem to do. Well, maybe I disabled it and then re-enabled it. I don't know. But like in the one case, it does not seem that it was. I don't think I turned that off in the one case. Hey, what's up? And it's still printed above the base. But maybe I did disable it. Maybe it re-enabled it, which also wouldn't make. That would also be concerning. So what I'll just do is disable it again. And when I did disable it, I'm going to go home, check it out, and disable it again, and do a very simple print of something I wanted to reprint anyway. That if I print really slow, it still might take like 3 hours. But if I do it really slow, I do it fast, it'd probably be like 20 minutes. But if I print at 10% speed, yeah, it could be like 3 hours. But you know, you leave it for anyone you're doing other stuff, and that's the current plan. And to see if disabling automatically, it's something. The setting goes something like automatically reset to print at base or something like that. Which to me these like offsetting. First of all, why do you have a Z option if it always meshes with the base? And then of course the option to automatically realign with the base makes sense because you might be just moving things around. But then having an additional setting to automatically offshoot your realignment of the Z setting after you have manually pushed a button to do so, and so you can slice it and get your G code, it makes me angry, honestly. Now, Cura probably is among the best, if not the best, slicing software out there for preparing your plates, your 3D printers, and setting up your plates and gathering your G code. But this is a setting that to me is alarming, because those of us who are printing things that need to be compatible with other things, we don't want them to print from the base. First of all, it's very difficult. I just almost scratched my base trying to remove some stuff that I had went out of my way to make sure it wouldn't print from the base. I almost had to scratch I almost accidentally scratched my base trying to get that blooming stuff off. Having supports on the bottom make it far easier to remove the PLA, number one. Number two, if you're printing things that are Lego compatible or compatible with cars or compatible with other objects that you've 3D printed, you often want them to print above the base with supports on the bottom. And this made me angry because I not only have to go into not only go into the software, upload my 3D files, my STL styles, and then when I'm moving them around the plate as where I want in the print, you can change the Y and the X coordinates, and you can change the Z coordinates. To change the Z coordinates every time it resets, and this might have actually been what happened. Maybe I did disable it before the other setting. It might just reset every time, which would also be that's the problem, I think, because like when I'm in the software, I don't want it to reset to its factory settings every single time I upload. It's like, if I upload, if I want to open a video game to play it, I don't want to play the game from the very beginning. If it's like an RPG, I want to play from the last place I was playing or from the last place I saved. The last time I prepared to turn the game off, I want to play from that moment. Whenever I was able to save and then turn the game off, I want to turn it back on and play from that point. And it's the same thing with other software like Cura. So if I unclick the align with the press back to plate option, I want to be able to not have to undo that button every time. And if there was like an additional setting that's farther removed from fudge. I'm on fudge. It's a one-way road. I think. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I don't even think it says one way. Oh no, it does. My fault. But I don't want to have to every single time go to two different settings, by the way, one of which I have to do for every object, and the other is a more basic one. And by the way, why are both options there? Why do they both exist? Hi, guys. Why do they both exist? So, Cura, for the love of all that's holy, if I switch something out and intentionally go out of my way in two different settings to change it so it doesn't print from the base up, and maybe I'll go home and actually stop the print. I probably should have stopped the print already. For the love of all that's holy, these things take hours, sometimes many days. Please stop ruining our experience by not allowing us to make permanent changes in the software by unchecking two different boxes, one which is in the advanced settings. If I close the software and reopen it or start a new file, I don't want everything to reset to its factory settings as if I just installed the software. I download software so it can save the information. If I turn on, for example, I want Ultra HD of this game I'm playing, and I turn that on. Every time I open the game, I don't want it to reset to its, to its lower, to its lower grade visuals every time I open the game. Or if I set it to a lower grade visual status, I don't want it to every time I open. You know what I mean? Like changing the setting, like in Word, like in Microsoft Word. Like if I turn off autosave, I don't want every time I open Word to automatically turn on autosave. And if I, oftentimes, maybe it's different because sometimes, because there are going to be times I might actually want that, so I might keep it on, want it to reset. But let's say I change the font to Times New Roman 12 for my academic papers. I don't want to close Microsoft Word and reopen it, and now it's like Sans or something. It's some other font, and it's Sans 7, and it's like, why would I want that? Why would I want you to automatically change the font after I've already changed it every time I reopen it? I want to change the setting, and then when I reopen it, have that same setting that I intentionally went out of my way to change it, especially if it's an advanced part of the software where you have to go to a drop-down menu, then you have to go to another window, then you have to uncheck a box or check a box. You don't want that kind of a setting to change every single time. So I'm going to have to go home, I think, actually, and stop the printer. Let me see if my friend's here. Yeah, let me see. So you see what I'm saying? I don't want that to be the case every single blooming time.